Hello, folks. Patrick Cooper back here with another 3 Songs Thursday series. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm going to change it up a little bit. I'm actually going to do the original song, one of my original songs, first. I've been doing it mostly in the middle, but hey, change can be good. I'll just let the lyrics of this song speak for themselves. My lies all the time on the video, tracking our every mood and move as we come and go, going on adventures from New York to the West Coast, floating above our trials, living just like ghosts. There we are, down by the sea. There we are, you and me. There we are, drinking wine. There we are, doing fine. There we are. Then those trials weighed us down, and I don't know just when, as if our lives were stained by the mark of original sin. The ever-present video cam was always in your hands, framing up in sharp detail a love that could not stand. There you are, looking down. There you are, turning around. There you are, pacing the floor. There you are, walking out the door. There you are. Now it's just me with my thoughts, the camera you left behind, leaving me to direct my life before I run out of time. Setting up at sunrise to catch the perfect light, then I'm tossing the camera away with a new life in my sights. There I am, saying so long. There I am, coming back strong. There I am, on the mend. There I am, jumping right back in. There I am. There we are. There you are. A song I wrote quite a few years ago, and then you know how sometimes then you'll rediscover stuff you've done and look at it and say, oh, it's actually not too bad. The song is actually called Docudrama. Pretty intense, huh? So now it's time to change that up a bit. Next one is by one of my favorite songwriters. I have quite a few, but he's definitely up there, the great Lyle Lovett. This is one of his early songs. Kind of shows his somewhat unusual sense of humor. Well, if I had a boat, I'd sail out on the ocean. And if I had a pony, I'd ride him on my boat. We could all together sail out on the ocean, me up on my pony on my boat. If I were Roy Rogers, I'd sure enough be single. I couldn't bring myself to marry an old Dale. It would just be me and Trigger. We go riding through those movies, and we'd buy a boat, and on the sea we'd sail. So if I had a boat, I'd sail out on the ocean, and if I had a pony, I'd ride him on my boat. We could all together sail out on the ocean, me up on my pony on my boat. Well, the master man, he was smart, 'cause he got himself a Tonto. Tonto do the dirty work for free. One day Tonto got smarter. He said, Kimosabi, kiss my ass, I bought a boat, sailing out to sea. So if I had a boat, I'd sail out on the ocean, and if I had a pony, I'd ride him on my boat. We could all together sail out on the ocean, me up on my pony on my boat. If I were like lightning, I wouldn't need no sneakers. Come and go wherever I would please. And I'd send 'em by the light pole, and I'd scare 'em by the shade tree. But I would not scare my pony on my boat out on the sea. So if I had a boat, I'd sail out on the ocean, and if I had a pony, I'd ride him on my boat. We could all together sail out on the ocean, me up on my pony on my boat. Me up on my pony on my boat. One from the great Lyle Lovett. I always thought the imagery of that song was really interesting and funny. You can just see the boat on the horse and Lyle sailing off. Okay, the last song leads to, you guessed it, the shirt reveal. So, you can probably see it at, it's the Sun Studios, which is the other iconic recording studio in Memphis, Tennessee. Last week I showed off the one from Stax Records, and this one is, of course, the Sun Recording Studio that became legendary, owned by Sam Phillips. He recorded people like Howlin' Wolf, a lot of African Americans that couldn't usually get recorded. And then, of course, what ended up putting him on the map in a national sense was Elvis Presley coming into his studio and evidently kind of bugging him quite a bit about letting him at least record a song or two. Then finally, he let him do it, and he ended up meeting up with Scotty Moore, the amazing guitar player. And of course, as they say, the rest is history. Those iconic early Sun recordings from Elvis, to me, are actually his best because they're really raw and not overly produced. And then, of course, after that, when Elvis became such a big deal, and all these other performers who were wanting to be big were flocking to Memphis to meet Sam Phillips at the Sun Studios. Roy Orbison, Jerry Lee Lewis, Johnny Cash, and then this next person that I'm going to, a song I'm going to do, who maybe not quite as well known as those others, but still highly influential, the great Carl Perkins, who wrote a lot of iconic songs. Carl was known for his kind of rockabilly style, and was one of the pioneers of that style of music. He wrote Blue Suede Shoes, which became a huge hit for Elvis, obviously, and others down the line. This one is one of my favorite songs of his, called Honey Don't. And the Beatles actually covered Honey Don't. George Harrison and Ringo Starr were huge Carl Perkins fans when they were young. And they covered a few of Carl's songs, and this is one of them. So if you can get a chance to get to Memphis, and things are opening up back up in a safe manner, I highly recommend you do a tour of the two iconic studios, the Sun Studios and the Stack Studios, where you just see American music history, where American music history was made. So, all right. End off with the great Carl Perkins. Well, how come you say you will when you won't? Say you do, baby, when you don't. Let me know, honey, how you feel. Honey, is our love real? Honey, don't. Honey, don't. Honey, don't. Honey, don't. Say you will when you won't. Honey, don't. Well, I love you, baby, and you ought to know. I like the way that you wear your clothes. Everything about you is so doggone sweet. You got that sand all over your feet. Honey, don't. Honey, don't. Honey, don't. Honey, don't. Say you will when you won't. Honey, don't. Well, I love you, baby, on a Saturday night. Sunday morning, you don't look right. You been out painting the town. Honey, been slipping around. Honey, don't. Honey, don't. Honey, don't. Honey, don't. Say you will when you won't. Honey, don't. Well, how come you say you will when you won't? Say you do, baby, then you don't. Let me know, honey, how you feel. Honey, is our love real? Honey, don't. Honey, don't. Honey, don't. Honey, don't. Say you will when you won't. Honey, don't. Say you will when you won't. Honey, don't. Say you will when you won't. Honey, don't. The legendary Carl Perkins was one of his legendary songs, Honey, Don't. Well, that is it for this session. If you're still watching, thank you. My name is Patrick Cooper from New Orleans. See you next Thursday.